Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if you are not new here. Today's video we are at a market. You may be able to tell from the gazebo. I am keeping this brief and quiet because we've got neighbours all around us. The wind is doing that. It's not that windy, but we haven't secured the gazebo sides yet, so it's whipping them about something chronic, even though it's just a mild breeze. Today I am at my local carnival, and yeah, it is obnoxiously hot. It is going to get up to about 31-32 degrees Celsius today, which is scorching for the UK. So I'm honestly not really looking forward to this. I'm very worried about the heat. I do not do well in the heat. I am overweight, I am disabled, and I have heart rate issues, so the heat is not my best friend. So I've done some minimal makeup today. I have no idea what you can see. My hair is up because I didn't get time to wash it before we came, and hopefully now that the gazebo, the walls are sort of in place, we shouldn't have any more flapping. So I'm going to try and keep you updated throughout the day. I might film a little bit of setup, I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, hello everybody. I apologise, it is very loud out here. There's big noise and shit. I tried putting bronzer on today. I'm not sure if I like it, but we are very nearly set up. We've got all the plushies set up and all of the merch set up. The merch display has already gone flying once, so hopefully it won't go flying again. It is absolutely boiling. I am already really struggling. I've got my little camping fan blasting at me, so again, apologies if you can hear that. Dad is going to sort out the crochet hooks and the bags and stuff, and then we will be all ready to go. Oh my god, it's so hot. I'm exhausted. The heat just makes me so sleepy. Hiya.
How do you make all these?
I do, yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Feel free to pick stuff up as you look. Nope. Left that at home as well.
Right.
Left that at home as well. We're doing great today. Okay, I'm going to start at the gimbal and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Hello. Okay, I think it has technically started. I don't know. Yeah, I think it has technically started. There's no vehicle movement after 11, and I think it was basically starting at 11 and then going till 5. So, and it is 11:06. So officially, we're in business. I think. I don't know. Actually, maybe it starts at 12 after the parade. This is a carnival after all. I don't know. Oh, it's so freaking hot. I'm going to turn you around and show you what Dad's doing. So, Dad is very kindly setting up the crochet hooks. Hiya. Feel free to pick stuff up as you look.
Sorry, darling.
Feel free to pick stuff up as you're looking.
Was you here last year?
Yes.
I think we had some coffee last year as well.
Oh, lovely.
Salty cheese. It's not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. Still acting like a child, feeling like nobody gets it. I always start these fights, don't hate my guts right now.
Okay, hello. Okay, hello. It is absolutely full of people. It's teeming with people and it's really, really busy. It has just started to rain a little bit. I'm not gonna lie though, it's going pretty slow, especially in comparison to last year. It's really, really slow. So I'm not feeling great. I'm very, very hot. It's so humid. But you know, it's going well. It's just not going as good as I'd hoped it would. Yeah, okay, it's properly raining now. People are putting up umbrellas and covering up their stuff. So I think it's time for us to put the other wall up on the gazebo. all the large ones. I'm out of the small ones.
Do you do them all yourself?
I do, yeah.
We've got a budding crocheter here.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Where do you get all your yarn from?
I get it all online because I find that in shops it's like either not as good quality or it's really expensive. So I get it all on online on like Actually Yarn is the website that I get it from. Actually Yarn.
How do you make them pop up?
So it's basically just the top isn't stuffed.
Right.
So you start at the top, you go out, you go in, and then you go out to make the body, and you only stuff the body so that the cap is free to move.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
About 3 years. Yeah.
Really good. You've just started, haven't you?
Well, 3 years time. Yeah, would you like a bag for it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll pop it in there. Give me a sec. Cat. That's a tabby cat. Is that cattle card? Yeah, of course. Okay, you can tap on there. Fabulous. Yep, that's gone through. Thank you. Okay, you may well have caught that. There was just a crazy, like, horde of people in my tent. And honestly, it just irritated me. Because all these kids were just touching stuff. Like this.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
So it's a popping one. Did you spot my camera? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not filming you, I'm filming me. Because I film at these events and put it on my YouTube.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you're not in it. So yeah, there was just chaos. A bunch of kids came into my stall and were picking up everything, taking stuff out of my stall to show their parents, and then none of them bought anything, so I was like, bro. And yeah, the rain is not just, like, it rained a tiny bit earlier with like a tiny little drizzle, and then it stopped. This does not appear to be stopping. Yeah, would you like a bag for them? Would you like a bag? Yeah. Ooh. There you go. Is that cattle card for you? Card, yeah, of course. Okay, you can tap on there when you're ready. Thank you. Okay, hello. I'm just updating to say that I sold my £65 dragon, which was the big blue one that I showed you that my partner said looked like the Starry Night, is like the painting. I'm so happy about that. I have actually had quite a few really big sales in the last like hour, which has been kind of insane. So yeah, there's been like 65 for that dragon, 50 for 2 large items, a toothless and a bee, so that was 40. Yeah, so people have been spending kind of, like, there's been a lot of really small transactions of people not spending and not wanting to spend, but actually there have been a good number of big purchases today, so I'm really happy. I know that earlier I was being pretty down and damper and I was not in a good mood, and I still don't feel great, but making sales definitely helps, I'm not gonna lie. So we are about £50 off matching last year's total, and last year this was my best market ever, so I am hopeful. It is almost 4 o'clock, it officially finishes at 5, we can stay till 9. We're going home at 5 though, I'm so tired, but we've got an hour and 10 minutes left, and hopefully we'll sell another £50 of the stuff and we'll beat last year. Oh, also I have completely sold out of B grade pins, which I put as like mystery pins for £3. Hiya.
Can I pay card?
Yes, of course. Would you like a bag for it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Give you a bag.
What's me?
Okay, you can tap on there when you're ready. Fab, thank you. Yep, that's gone through. Thank you. Some of the cats have little buttholes on the back, because cats in real life, the black ones don't, because I use black for the little butts, but they love to show you their butts, so they get little buttholes. Yeah? Okay. Do you want a bag for him? Yeah?
I've got this little bag.
I'll pop it in there. Is that cardigan? Yeah, of course. Okie dokie, you can tap on there. Thank you. Yep, that one's gone through as well. Thank you. It pops, yeah, like that. You got it. The big ones are 15, the little ones are 10.
I'll give you 5 towards it. Can we pay cash card?
Yeah, sure. Which one would you like? The little one? Yeah.
Yeah? You happy with it?
Yeah. So that's
He's not the same as the city pink.
You can get it. Oh yeah, okay.
yeah, that one. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. You can tap on there when you're ready if it's card. Did you want a bag for it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. There you go then. There's your bag and that's gone through. Thank you.
Oh, they've got bumblebees though.
Those are the large ones. I've only got the large ones left, I'm afraid.
Got the bumblebees.
Yeah. Is that cash or card for you? Okay. Would you like bag?
Yeah.
Would you like a bag each?
Put it in the bag now so you can carry it.
There's a bag for you. And here's a bag for you. You can tap on there when you're ready. Fab. Yep, that's gone through. Thank you. Yeah, just restocked. Is that the one you wanted?
She's just
Yeah.
crocheted it just now.
Oh, I had it in my back stock. Would you like a bag for it? Okie dokie, there's a bag for you.
Always ask.
That's £10. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm doing okay. And we have officially beat last year.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Because it didn't look as if we were at one point.
Okay, update time. I am absolutely exhausted. We just had a total rush of kids who basically all got axolotls. So I am wiped out for axolotls pretty much. Sold out of blue, sold out of pink, sold out of purple. They're definitely my best seller for today. But with that rush, I have beaten last year at this carnival. So I'm very... like, considering that the first few hours I'd done, like, by the halfway mark, I'd done less than half. I was like, uh-ohs. And then it's really picked up in terms of people actually buying stuff instead of just looking. So I'm so grateful right now. I'm so excited. But man, am I tired. Whew. Okay, hello. If you are not new here, you will remember that in my older videos, I do this sort of like sitting in the car and chatting to you. You are in like the little like tray and on the dashboard. Oh my word, I'm sitting in the car in the air conditioning because it is so hot, and Dad, bless him, is packing everything away. He's almost got the gazebo down, and then we are heading home. It finished at 5 and we could have stayed, but everyone was packing up, which it did end at 5, so that's fair. And I made a few sales after 5, so it was good, but equally it's so hot and I'm so exhausted, and my hair, let's not talk about it. So I decided that we should also pack up and go home, and I think Dad's taking it nice and slow with lots of like cold water breaks because it is just so hot right now. Oh my god, I'm in so much pain. I'm very sore, but today was actually amazing. I apologise if you can't hear me over the air conditioning of the car. That is potentially an oversight. Today ended up being my most profitable market day ever. So you would have seen my MCOM vlog, hopefully. That was my most sales in a day ever. On the Saturday I had the most net sales. But because that table fee was so high, because it was a convention, and today's table fee was, I think like £48.50 or something, whereas MCon it was like £120 per day when you broke it down, because it was £240 for the weekend, which breaks down to £120 per day. So I made more sales at MCon on day 1 than I did today, but because my table fee was like £70 lower, I've actually profited more today, which is kind of wild. I did this event last year and it was my best event of the year. This is my second most takings on a day ever, and that's after MCon day 1. So I'm like, oh my god, that's insane. I sold so many big items, like things that I was just not expecting to sell. And I didn't have any of my minis, which are like my £5 items, which are usually my best seller, because I'd only just like finished doing the toy testing on them and I didn't have time to make enough stock where it would be worth bringing them. So I just didn't bring them. And yeah, and that usually makes up a lot of my sales, like at least £100. So the fact that I did really well, like my second best ever and my most profitable day ever without my lowest price items. Like, my plushies started at £8, which I don't like to do because I feel like that's kind of out of some people's budgets, and there were a lot of kids who had been given like 10 quid and they'd already spent most of it, so they had like £2-3 and they wouldn't have been able to afford the £5 things anyway, but like they might have been able to coax their parents into giving them an extra couple of quid for a £5 thing, but when they had £3 and they wanted a £10 thing, that wasn't happening, you know? So I think my sales probably did suffer for not having those tiny items, but actually I still did amazingly well without them. So, and I've been hating making them, like they're so boring and they're so small, it just feels like there's no point, and I don't make any profit on them. Like when I make my items, I charge for my time, my materials, and if I feel like I can, I'll put a little bit of a profit margin on there, because I am trying to do this as a full-time business, so I do in theory need to have a profit margin. Oh Jesus, massive forklift. But I generally will put like a £1 markup on something, so if it's supposed to be £13, I don't like that number, so I'll make it 14. And that's where like my profit comes in. The minis, which I sell for £5, I'm not even covering my time on those most of the time. Like, there's a couple of the designs of minis where I do just about cover my time and my materials, but for a lot of them I'm not even covering costs. So I don't, and they're boring to make, so I don't like making them anyway. So I've been wanting to discontinue them, and I think this might be the sign. Yeah, it's good to have those cheaper items. I could cope without. I don't know though, because this was just such a good event and like people were spending more money. Like there were still a lot of people like pinching pennies and not wanting to spend a lot, but there were also some people who just spent money without questioning it and without looking at the price tag. So I genuinely don't know if I can gauge stuff off of this event, because it's the carnival, you know, it's the town's biggest event. Kids are gonna be like nagging their parents all day. Parents are gonna want to treat their kids. It's a special occasion. It's summer. It's the holidays. Woohoo! You know. So I feel like some kids will have gotten given stuff that they wouldn't have ordinarily. Like if this was just a random market, people wouldn't have been spending that much. So I don't know if at a random market I still need to have minis to tide me over. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Something that did surprise me today is I didn't sell that many cats. I think I sold like 5-6 cats, which for me, like that's still good. But now that I do make so many, it's not as many as I kind of thought. And I made some dogs, which I don't think I've shown you at all. They're a new item that I made for this event. Didn't sell a single one, which I'm kind of a bit gutted about, because they take like over an hour for me, and I thought they were really cute and I put a lot of time and effort into making them, and I didn't sell a single one. And this is like a dog friendly event, so I don't know, I'm kind of like, is there something wrong with them? Like not even many people were like stopping to look at them. It was like, oh my god, look dogs, oh my god, look cats, and everyone was going to the cats, and I was like, huh, okay, interesting, good, make a mental note, you know. Today has been wild. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, from it being like 1:30, 2 o'clock and thinking I'm not even gonna come close to making what I made last year, to then smashing it and going way beyond. Well, not way beyond, but a considerable chunk beyond. I think I'm about almost exactly £100 more than last year, which is not to be sniffed at whatsoever. So yeah, I am very happy, but mostly right now all I'm feeling is exhausted, if I'm being honest. I think Dad's just finished putting the gazebo away, so now he's going to start loading the car, and then we can go home. I don't know if I'm going to give you a breakdown today or tonight. I don't know if I'm even going to edit this and put it out by Tuesday. Who knows? I guess we'll find out when I post this what the date is. But today was the 21st of June, so if this is coming out in July, I've done a boo-boo. Oh. Okay, Dad's loading the car now. I'll be back at some point to give you a breakdown. Hello. I believe in the last clip that you will have seen, I was at my carnival and I told you that I would give you a breakdown at some point. And yeah, it's been like 2 weeks. Has it? What day? No, it's been 1 and a bit weeks. It's been just over a week. And I'm coming at you now to give you the breakdown that I promised. And to close out this video, more importantly, because I need to edit it today. I've written a little page of notes. So, to summarise the event, it was incredible. It was a really slow start. Like, this was my best selling event of last year, so I was hoping for bigger and better this year, and it was. I'm so happy to say. But yeah, it started really slow, and much slower than I remembered it being last year. And by about 2 o'clock, I had taken the event was from like 11 till 5 p.m. So 2 o'clock was kind of in the middle. And about halfway through, I'd taken significantly less than half of what I'd taken the year before. And I wanted to beat the year before, so I was like, uh-ohs. But it did amazingly pick up. In terms of the customers I had, there were a lot of children, a lot of young kids, probably like tween and younger, who had been given a budget of £5 British. Now, for this event, I didn't prep as much as I'd wanted to. I was feeling kind of burnt out and exhausted after the con. So I didn't have a single mini plushie, which are my lowest priced items, which I sell for £5. So I definitely lost out on sales because a lot of kids only had £5. And I didn't have anything that was £5. My lowest item started at £8. So they either had no money and were like coming and touching my stuff and looking at everything, and I was getting very frustrated, or they had a budget of like £5–10, and if they had a budget of £10, they either already spent some of that and couldn't afford the £8 item, or they didn't want to spend £8 to £10 of their budget and have nothing left. Which, you know, I completely get. I was a kid once with no money. My parents had took me on a day out and said, you got £10, that's it. Been there, done that. It's chill, I get it. It is frustrating though, as a seller, when you're there and you want to make sales, and knowing that I do usually have an item that caters towards that, and that I didn't have that item, those items this day, I was kind of frustrated. And I was like, how much more would I have taken if I had had those minis? I think I probably, I don't know, I don't want to put a figure on it because I just don't know, but I definitely lost out on sales because of that. However, there were a good number of people who bought a lot of stuff, like either multiple things or more expensive things. I made for this event, because I sold 1 or 2 last year, so I made a stitch, which was the Crochet Grove stitch pattern. I made one of those. It sold. A mind flayer that I had left from MCon. A guy came over and was like, is that a mind flayer? And I was like, yes it is. And he was like, from Baldur's Gate? And I was like, yes it is. And he was like, can I pick it up? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So he picked it up, he gave it a look, and he went, oh god, I gotta get it. So he got that. So that was a big, larger priced item that I wasn't expecting to sell at like I made that for the con because there's a lot of nerdy people who go to a con, whereas at my local carnival it's just local people. They're not there for nerdy stuff. So I was very surprised that sold, but I was very, very happy. I also sold 2 of the 3 toothlesses that I made, which I made for MCon, and I only sold 1 at MCon, like right at the end of the second day. So I had 2 left, and yeah, they both sold at the carnival. And I had promised my partner one, but I put, once the first of the two that I had left sold, I then put out the other one, and then that one sold as well. So I owe my partner a toothless. And finally, the big thing that sold, the really, really big thing that sold, was my Revy dragon, which is a pattern by Snugglebeans Crochet. I will put pictures of it on screen, the one that I made. He was so beautiful. I think it was my partner said that he looked like a Starry Night, the painting by Van Gogh. And yeah, he was so pretty. My dad helped pick out the colours. I hand painted the eyes. Ooh, that was a pretty dragon. But someone came along and asked if I could do a custom dog for them, which I haven't actually heard anything. Sad. But asked about custom plushies, and then decided that they wanted to buy that £65 dragon. So that was insane, and I was very, very excited about that. And I got to use, which I showed off in the con vlog, the custom bags that I had made that had my logo on, because it was honestly, for a bag that size, to fit these big dragons, it was cheaper to buy a plastic woven bag with my logo printed on than it was to buy a paper bag. So I got the non-plastic, non-woven. I don't really know what they were. They were pretty cheap, so I just got them because I needed something to be able to put my plushies in. And I do feel bad because I think they're probably not eco-friendly, but I'm just gonna say that's like, I mean, it is my problem, but it's a whoopsie. Anyway, so overall, this carnival was my second highest takings in a day. It came second to the first day of MCon, so by like 25 quid it came second to, so actually very comparable. And it was actually my highest profiting day that I've ever had. So I took less money than MCon, but because MCon's table fee was so much higher, once you take that table fee off the total takings, and like, full disclaimer, I'm not including my material cost, I'm not including pattern cost, I'm not including my time and whatever in this profit. So I know it's not like true profit, but for like, so I'm doing it by my takings minus my table fee, how much am I left with? How much is going into my bank account, basically. And MCon was my highest takings, but it had £120 table fee, so that knocked it down. Whereas the carnival was my second highest by about £25, but only had a £50 table fee. So maths dictates that that comes to more take-home profit, which is insane. Like, I booked a convention this year thinking I was crazy, thinking this was going to be wild, and it was. So to do more, like to make more money at like a small town carnival than a huge convention, yeah, that is pretty crazy in my opinion, and I'm really, really happy overall with that. So that's that. For a little mini breakdown of how it went, the carnival that is, I had a total of 56 sales, which at MCon on day one I had 60 sales, so I was a few sales down from MCon, but I had a £15 average sale value, which was the same as MCon, so that's a win. So even though I sold less items, I don't know if you can hear that, my snail is creaking in his tank. Yeah, I have a pet giant African land snail. He gets quite noisy. But anyway, sorry. Distracted. So yeah, average sale value of £15. My busiest hour at the carnival was 3 till 4 p.m. It ended at 5, and in that hour from 3 till 4 p.m. I had 20 sales, which I don't think I've ever had that many sales in an hour. So that's kind of bonkers. And of my 56 sales, 24 were in cash and 32 were on card. For a quick rundown of my bestsellers, my bestseller by far which I didn't even have listed in my sum up. So when I go onto my sum up analytics, this is not even considered a bestseller, but it was because I actually sold out. And that was mystery B grade pins, which I put in some little pillow boxes with a sticker on the front that said mystery B grade pin, £3, and a sticker on the back that had my information on. And I had 12 of those and I sold out. So we love that for me, which tells me that those are really popular, and I should have packaged more because I had about 25 B grade pins and I only packaged 12. So I think I had 4 designs and I did 3 of each, so that it would be like fair chances to get like what you get in the mystery B grade pin boxes. So for my next market, I'm packaging the rest of the like 12-13 that I have left because those did amazingly well. I put them next to the like regular pins on my pin display, and I think I sold like 1 regular pin and the rest are all B grades. And for me, those B grades are ones that I had to have reprinted because the manufacturing was like, there was a flaw in the manufacturing, and my manufacturer reprinted them for free. So those B grade pins I haven't actually paid for, I think, because I paid for an A grade product and I was sent B grade, so then they reprinted as an A grade and I got to keep the B grade. So I've ended up with a bunch of B grade pins for free and I was still able to sell them. So that's pretty cool. That's a tip for you. If you have products manufactured and you ever have B grades, always contact your manufacturer to ask to have them reprinted, because the chances are they might say yes. And even if they say no and you have to have them remanufactured, sell the B grades for what it costs you to manufacture them. Hello, I'm in the middle of filming. What I was saying, I can't remember before we were rudely interrupted. Always contact your manufacturer if you've got a B grade. They might reprint it for you. And then sell the B grade for at least as much as it cost you to have manufactured. And in the best case scenario, which this was for me, you haven't had to pay for the B grade and you can sell it for the cost that it was to be manufactured. So that's really great. I'm really happy with that. And then my second bestseller was my bundles of 3 stickers. So I do 3 stickers for £5 and I sold 5 lots of that 3 stickers for £5 deal. So again, that's really good. That's amazing. And then finally, I guess these are probably higher. Hold on, let's do some maths. Yeah, these are higher than the stickers, technically. Maybe not, I don't know. Was my small axolotls, which I sold 4 blue, 3 purple and 3 pink of the small axolotls. So I sold a total of 10 small axolotls, and I think I did sell some other colours, but they didn't like appear on my top sellers list. So yeah, in terms of quantities, I sold 12 B grade pins, 5 sticker packs, sticker bundles, 4 blue, 3 pink, 3 purple of that's like the tier of bestsellers. But if you consider that each of those 3 stickers for £5 bundle was 3 stickers, that means that I sold 15 stickers. And if you think that the I don't know what I'm on about. Basically, bestsellers, B grade pins, stickers, axolotls. I apologise if that was super rambly, super tired. Ugh. I am exhausted. I am really struggling with burnout right now. I just not feeling it. Not feeling that motivation, that energy to work on my business, and I've been taking it slow for a week. Destashed some yarn and done some drawing, and that's pretty much it that I've done this week. Packed some orders. Again, that's pretty much it. I made a bunch of custom orders this week, so that is good. I did those like Monday to Thursday. Today is now Monday again. But I apologise for how rambly this has probably been. I apologise for my appearance. I have had a flare-up of psoriasis on my face, which of course I have then scratched at and picked, and it is all bloody now. So apologies for how chaotic and messy this is. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit shorter, there wasn't that much content at the market. I'm not gonna lie, it was really hot and I was really tired and I was starting to feel the burnout, so I just didn't film as much as I'd wanted to. So I apologise if this video is a bit lame, but I hope you have enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched all the way to the end, leave a funfair emoji, because there was a funfair at this carnival. leave some kind of like carnival funfair emoji in the comments, and I will see you here in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.